Hey everybody, welcome to Joining the Ranks, and today we'll be taking a look at my rankings of the Disventure Camp staff who played an integral part in running the fictional show. To be applicable in this final DC list for now, the staff would need to have hosted, interned, or assisted in production throughout the series, and must have been addressed in Ordination Cartoons' masterpiece by name in the main series and not the beta version Drama Total Aventura, so sorry Jared. Once again, here's my disclaimer that all these rankings are completely from my own viewpoint, and I ask that you treat these decisions with the respect you wish others to give you for your opinions in the fandom. Are you ready to go to work? Well, in that case, let's join the ranks. Number 8, Nina. Okay, seriously, how has no one in production had this possessed doll exorcised? Valid question. Real talk though, Nina put me off very early on in the series as she's easily the least realistic character in the entire Disventure Camp franchise. Instead, she's more of a cartoony villain and she's got a piercing voice that can get on your nerves to boot. No shade to Diane Vera, her voice actor, of course, it's just not my cup of tea. I will give Ordination Cartoons brownie points for including a character type that hasn't really been explored in the fandom before, but unlike every other member of the staff, she doesn't really have any moral compass or complexity, and has put so many people competing or working on the show in severe danger for her own sick pleasure, without a shred of accountability being taken. Maybe everyone's just too scared to fire her because they know what she's capable of, but safe to say, this was a poor hiring decision on the producer's part, and if you come after me, Nina, I'll tell the devil you said hi. Number 7, Marcus. This mysterious army veteran and bus driver arguably had a backstory that's as heartbreaking as Miriam's, and in Season 2 and All Stars, Marcus did become the quintessential father figure for the staff as Connor was for the contestants. However, I often find myself questioning what his job in Disventure Camp actually is, because most of his moments in the main series focus on him babysitting Nina or encouraging Crystal and not really anything more. Personally, I don't think he's all that interesting, but I'm glad that the staff story spin-off managed to place more of a spotlight on Marcus, finally giving him the plot he was in desperate need of and a level of validation to his position in the show overall. Number 6, Jensen. Like Marcus, Vladimir Jensen really didn't get much focus in Disventure Camp and instead got his moment of glory thanks to staff stories. In the main series, we only saw him as the mysterious bus driver with an ulterior motive who did most of the corrupt dirty work in the deforestation of Camp Tipperscore behind the scenes, but the spin-off took him to a whole new level by exploring his tragic backstory, what caused him to go down the more villainous path, and unveiling the hidden layers of the little scarred boy inside. Outside of this, Jensen has managed to gain quite the following in the fandom despite his limited screen time, especially in the gay community, as artists like Apapacho, Pepperon, and Russell Novak have given the Scotsman a brand new life. And I actually hope he and Rufus are doing okay living off the grid in the wilderness somewhere. Number 5, Derek. I will be the first to admit that Derek isn't the most desirable character in Disventure Camp, as his questionable actions early on in the series, from deforestation to corruption, and on some occasions bullying, haven't made a good impression. Still, you can't deny that there would be no Disventure Camp without him, as canonically, the series was his idea. He is one half of the original hosting team, and his design and personality is said to be modelled after one of the real-life Principal series creators, Jared Madrigal. One thing I can say is that even though he doesn't change too drastically in the franchise, Derek has come a long way since he was first introduced, by taking responsibility for his misdeeds, working towards becoming a better person, making amends to those he has hurt in society, as well as the show itself, and even falling in love. Safe to say, this bisexual king has earned his rightful reinstated place back on the DC throne. Number 4, Emily. Ah yes, this is where we'll find Disventure Camp's current host with the most and resident glamour queen who climbed her way to the top throughout the series, Emily Campbell. When the fandom were first introduced to her in All Stars as a later dismissed production assistant, she was hyped to the max, but sadly didn't get the chance to live up to it, no matter how her borderline evil revenge plot shaped the staff plotline near the end of that season. However, after becoming the 4th staff member to serve time in prison for a criminal activity, Emily soon proved her haters wrong by showcasing her dutiful, charismatic abilities as an intern, interviewer in the Behind the Chaos segment of Season 4, and eventually the coveted hosting position, but by that time, she had embodied everything required to be an awesome staff member for the ages. Ladies and gentlemen, Emily! Number 3, Trevor. Now we come to the second and possibly more prominent half of the original hosting duo who gave Disventure Camp its initial humour, charm, heart, and pardon the pun, but silly billiness. The great Trevor McGregor canonically delivered the theatrical energy boost the show needed for its first host, and when paired with co-host and later partner Derek, formed the ultimate dream team before a single player even stepped off the bus. Aside from relenting to the deforestation plot at Camp Tipperscore and going along with Emily's attempted takeover in a severely misguided lapse of judgment, Trevor was much more level-headed than any other host in the franchise, actually displaying a loving care for the campers from the jump and never let fame go to his head against all odds. Here's to the Goofy Goober, Court Jester, and Disventure Camp's ultimate adorable darling and cool cat, who only just fell short of my favourite host to his original replacement and next pick. Number 2, Crystal. Not many of you would agree with this ranking, but I believe that Crystal McLean needs to be given her flowers and finally be credited for her contributions to the series as a whole. Canonically, she came a long way from auditioning to be an intern for her absentee father on his reality series Race to the Place, according to staff stories, and when she was awarded the gig at Disventure Camp, fought hard to gain the respect of the television world and keep the show going without Trevor and Derek in the hosting position. Throughout her 2-season tenure, we saw Crystal find her voice, correct her toxic behaviour after letting power go to her head, crumble under the pressure of her presenting duties before soldiering on to prove her father and the industry wrong, and learning that running a show isn't as easy as it seems, resulting in one of the more realistic host portrayals a fan series or professional series has ever seen. This is all what I respect most about Crystal, and I think it's time a majority of the fandom recognised her for her efforts as the phenomenal compere she has truly been all along, forever and for always. Number 1, Oliver. Yeah, get it all out of your system. I'm biased, I'm crazy, I'm weird, blah blah blah, but I won't be backing down from this number 1 choice of mine 1 inch. In my eyes, Oliver Benner has played a pivotal role in the series overall as much as the hosts have, and solely in the intern and production assistant positions by implementing better challenge safety from his season onwards, fighting for his fair treatment at work, and keeping his main host grounded as she navigated her role. These efforts might not have had much of a spotlight shone on it compared to the rest of the staff team, but it undoubtedly shaped how Disventure Camp is run canonically even 5 seasons and 2 beta entries later. Not only that, he's also the only staff member to actually play the game, and achieved a lot despite being a first boo by overcoming his previous trauma from workplace abuse, being identified as a threat for knowing DC's ins and outs before finally gaining the respect and purpose he so desperately craved. Friendly, fuzzy, cute and cuddly, it's hard for me to understand how anyone in the fandom could dislike Oliver or even dismiss him as just being there, and with all these factors coming into play, Oliver demonstrates the classic tale of short in stature, heart of a giant, and has garnered every ounce of my love as my favourite Disventure Camp staff member of all time, warts and all. Woo, I'm tired. But now that the staff is sorted, the Disventure Camp character rankings is finally done. What series will I be joining the ranks for next? I have no idea, but I will, however, be putting up a poll in the next couple of days asking you guys which series you want character rankings for next. Before we do though, don't forget to leave a comment down below letting me know how you would rank Disventure Camp's 8 principal staff members, free of judgment no matter how our opinions may differ. And of course, remember to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified for all my latest videos. I love you for watching, and it's time for me to clock out.
Bye!